Shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rikakadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, revealing that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, as well as the speckled birds spread abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the real children of the one supreme ruler, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushua. Salutations to the over-elect, the Hakim and Aqua, who are infused in this truth. Shalom. What I'm going to go into today is that there's going to be a lot of blood in the nation of Edom once the Lord returns. So once Yahushua returns, he's going to come back and deliver the Israelites. He's going to come back and deliver the Israelites and, destroy the ones that have them in their possession. And the main culprit is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. This devil has laid his mark upon the entire earth. No matter where you go, he's everywhere. He's in every land. He changed every border, placed names upon the people, changed the faces of the judges. This devil, he done it all. And once Yahushua returns, he got to take him out of power. This man can't be ruling forever because the world was made for our sake. And, once he got the blessing from our forefather Isaac, he abused that power. So Yahushua has to return to take this devil down. I'm going to be starting out from Isaiah 63. Going to be reading at verse 1. Who is that? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So the Lord is going to be coming down in the chariots, the so-called UFOs that are being spotted all around the world today. People think that's extraterrestrial, a different type of life form. It is a different type of life form because he's coming back, spiritually. He said that he would not meet thee as a man, so he's coming back with like great anger, great fierceness, to take this man out of power. And he's going to come upon the land of Esau. And when I say land, we all know that, when we mention Jerusalem is a people for it's a place. So same thing with Edom, he's coming back to visit the people of Edom. Verse 1 again, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? The dyed garments. So once he comes back, it's going to be, he's going to cause them to go into the battle of Armageddon, or in this, this time we call it World War III. And, once he returns, the nations are going to start fighting against each other, and they're going to be focused on Yahushua and his army, which are the angels of the heavenly realm and their chariots. But thy garments, that goes into like a great slaughter for the house of Esau. Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Therefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garment like him that treadeth in the wine fat. So red in thy apparel is going to be a lot of bloodshed. But we all know it's not going to actually stain, Yahushua's garment. It's just, a similitude of there's just going to be a lot of bloodshed. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. He had no help. It's just going to be him and his army. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. As there's another thing, showing that there's going to be a lot of bloodshed once he comes back and, totally wipe out Esau Edom. For the day of vengeance is in my heart. Why is the day of vengeance in the Lord's heart? For what they did unto him when he walked here with us. Them Romans, they persecuted him, ridiculed him, spat upon him, did all kind of, wickedness upon him. And, he's angry with, the fact that Esau Edom came against us. And in the scriptures, it's known that we are the apple of the Lord's eye. So, especially, for the elect's sake, Esau Edom got to pay for putting his hands upon us. If I'm of the hope for elect, if we, the ones that's out there preaching His word, in truth and sincerity, if we're a part of the hope for elect. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So that is saying that, the year of my redeemed, saying that He's coming back to save, save his portion of the elect. I mean the Israelites, because all of us are not going to be saved. 2/3. They got to perish as well because they're wicked. Verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to help. See, the Lord is doing it all by Himself. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation. He brought it Himself. Through the power of Yahweh, His Father, He brought the salvation to save the 1/3 elect. Unto me and my fury it upheld me, and I will tread down the people of my anger. Those will be the Edomites. Every other nation go get it as well. The 2/3 go get it as well. But the people of His anger, the people of His vengeance, falls upon the Edomites that, Edom, Esau. And I will tread down the people of my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. So once they, turn to go fight him, the Lord's gonna, cause them to shoot them nuclear missiles, but to no avail. They're, they're not gonna be able to, bring down Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, the strength of all these nations is the nuclear missiles. They're just going to fall upon themselves. And, that's going to be, the total annihilation, as well as these, the chariot being fires that's going to be zapping up all these wicked people. So from there, I'm going to go to Isaiah, same chapter, Isaiah, same book, Isaiah 34. I'm starting at 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled up together as a scroll. So that's whenever you see on, whether you're watching a video on YouTube and you see them doing like little experiments and stuff like that, or you watch like, when America attacked Japan, and you see the video of the atomic bomb and all that stuff, that mushroom cloud. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf fall off a vine, and as a fallen fig from a fig tree. So all these nations, starting with Edom at the top, no matter what they do to try to take down the Lord, it's not going to work. Everything they do is just gonna be crumbled by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's gonna fall down. None is gonna be left standing of the armies of the world that are, that is going to come back and fight against the Lord. Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. So when the church be like, growing up, when they be like, there's going to be a war in heaven, these idiots think it's going to be an actual war in the domain of the Most High. But we know today that, heaven in this sense only mean the atmosphere. So it's going to be a war above us in the sky. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea. Idumea is just another way to say Edom. I think Idumea is the way to say it in the Greek form. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. And that will be the Edomites. Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. That's the blood of the Edomites, blood of the other nations. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh have made a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So the fatness, the fat of the kidneys of the rams, the fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats. That's just a lot of blood, a lot of bloodshed that the Lord's going to do upon these damn devils for what they did to the nation of Israel. And from there, I'm going to go to Amos 1. This is like the reason that the Lord, part of the reason the Lord is going to come back and, utterly destroy, Esau, Edom. Verse 11, Amos 1 and 11, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. He waited. He said to himself, he said in his heart, once my father, Isaac died, I'm going to slay my brother. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So ever since, Isaac died, our father Isaac, this man has hated us ever since. Came against us ever since. Showed no pity, no mercy. And that is the reason why, the Lord, he got to come back. He got to take this devil out of power, because, it's not fair. This man is just, for centuries ruled the entire earth, and we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is our power, and we know that he's going to come back and deliver us. But we wait to see the glory of the Lord to do that. Once he calls us up into the chariots and see and look down upon the earth, we're going to see the total annihilation of this damn devil, our adversary. We're going to see it. We're going to see it, and we're going to rejoice. Once everything is over and done with, we're going to give all honor and praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this devil has ruled long enough. Verse 12, but I will send a fire, and that fire is the nuclear missiles and the concentrated fire from the chariots, upon Teman, and which shall devour the palaces of Basra, America, spiritually America, and everything that Esau got his hands on in this earth. All their riches, their great buildings, everything, like I said, everything that they got their hands on, everything that they had their hands in, is going to be brought down. Obadiah 1:16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So these are the nations, starting with Esau, Edom at the top. All that you done unto us as the children of the Most High. The Lord said everything that the wrath that's going to come upon the whole earth, upon these nations, everything's going to be thrown down. Everything's going to be thrown down. When when it say they shall swallow down, they go swallow the wrath. They go eat these nuclear missiles. They go eat these concentrated fire from the chariots. And the Lord said, and they shall be as though they had not been. So it would have been better for them to not even exist, because the Lord is going to totally annihilate all these nations, and we can't wait to see it. But upon verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. He only said Israel. Mount Zion is another way to say Israel. Shall be deliverance. That means they're the only ones that's going to be saved from this, the wrath at the end time from the Most High. And, not the entire nation. It's only going to be the elect, the 1/3, the 144,000 that's a top of the 1/3. And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything that they have is going to come unto us. It's going to be ours. Once the kingdom of heaven is established, and we put them into captivity, and they build up the earth, everything that they own is going to be owned by the Hebrew Israelite. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau, listen here, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and they shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So that means after we gather these nations, especially Esau, Edom, because this man is the real nigga. We as a people, man, we'll gather them up and put them to work, hardcore bondage, like greater than what they did to us. They gonna have to, it's like double portion, triple portion, quadruple portion of what they did to us. And after that 1,000-year slavery, there ain't gonna be no more Edomites. The Lord gonna totally annihilate them. And we the suffering that we went through, we can't wait to see it. Read that verse again. Verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord hath spoken it. And when you read that, and you don't get no joy, you don't get no kind of, it uplifts your spirit to know that the Lord is going to come back and deliver Israel and take out this devil. Man, it should just be, it should be making you jump for joy for him to return. Like we sitting out here waiting, we're patient, we're long suffering, waiting for the Lord. But to just read, throughout the scriptures that the Lord is going to come back and deliver us, and he's going to totally annihilate first and foremost Esau, Edom, as well as these other nations. We can't wait. And when I mean other nations, I mean outside of Israel. And we all know that Israel is going to be like a speckled bird. They're going to look like the other nations, but if the spirit goes back in, if the spirit within you, you know, you know, looking for the word, if the spirit in you, resonates with these scriptures, you're more than likely an Israelite. If you believe in these scriptures, you're more than likely an Israelite. So it's not a color thing. We don't go around preaching and telling, oh, the Israelites are only black. No, no, no. We all know that the Israelites are like a speckled bird. They look like all the other nations. As for my case, I got, before I came into the truth, I had 3 kids with a Edomite. And, they got a lighter complexion. So although they're lighter, they're still my children. And, you know, they will be counted as, Israelites. From there, I'm going to go to Malachi 1, verse, going to start from the top. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. See, he loved only Jacob. He is, throughout the scripture, he only mentions Jacob. Verse 3, and I hated Esau. He hates this damn devil for the way he is. This man sold his birthright. He just, for a morsel of meat, man. Oh, I'm about to die, Jacob. Let me get a piece of meat, man. Turned over his birthright, and we all know that it was already meant because the Lord loved Jacob. Even before the two were in the womb, the Lord said that he only, his love was already bestowed upon Jacob. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and rebuild and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord. Thus said the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord of hosts Yahweh. They shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So at a period of time that did happen. I want to say once they got out of the yoke of bondage, I want to say during the Renaissance period, Salakia, forgive me if that's not the right period, but I want to say during that period, once they came back into power, they did rebuild. They took advantage of their blessing. And, the Lord, he's saying, at the end time, he's gonna come back and completely put this man out of power. Put him in the, bondage. And at the end of that slavery, it's over for you, Esau. I'm gonna go to Malachi, same book, chapter 4. Verse 1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. What's that day? The nuclear destruction. And all the proud, and all that do wickedly, all. So that means Esau, Edom, these other nations, even 2/3 of our people, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So they're done. They're going to be totally annihilated after the slavery. They're going to be totally done. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up the calves of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, Esau Edom, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. And the day that I shall do this, in the day that I shall do this, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh. So the wicked is going to be abased. They're going to return back to the bottom. And like I said, throughout this whole video, once, their bondage is, over and done with, they're going to be totally annihilated. So hopefully that was edifying to the flock. I would like to give all honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, the Akim and the Aqua for infusing this truth. This has been Brother Yakanan coming to you with the punishment of Esau Edom. What I was trying to say. Just going to end it off right there. Hopefully this was edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.